Okay. Man, dude, they are really changing their settings. Like, I logged in this morning and everything had like a red circle on it. It was like red denotes there's no password. Thinking like my whole account is like a billing problem or something. This is crazy. All right. I got my slides open. All right. Let's share my screen. I guess we can have a little. Oh no, we're right on time. Okay, okay. All right. I don't know where I messed up. So January is getting started. February is Podio. March is comps. April is driving for deals. So what extra did I do? Oh, I think I did an extra one in there that wasn't related to any of these. It might have been a quarantine related, getting started in quarantine. Okay. So here we go. Now I was considering changing this. Let everything load up. Oh, this is Wholesaling 101 driving for deals, by the way. So when I go to upload the recording, I won't have to listen too far in. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. So people are coming in. This is a meeting, so there's no Q&A. There is a chat. And yeah, I'll put the chat down here somewhere. Okay, so there's a chat. Just make sure that you send it out to everybody if you want, because a lot of the time it'll just put it on private for some reason. So I'll be answering somebody's question and only they'll get it. So what else? Oh, so I was forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, welcome to Wholesaling 101. This is supposed to be April, or the April 1 drive, or May driving for deals, in that order. So getting started, setting up your back office, knowing how to analyze a deal. And then once you know that, then you go about driving for deals. So make sure that you do them in that order. Ooh. Gotta do my hair. And it got to be in that order, because I used to have them just in any kind of order. And it was when I started doing the I did a 12-week course with Stacy in the South Atlanta RIA, and that was when I realized it really mattered, like what order you got these in. So the order really matters, and it's my fault. I'm sorry, and I apologize, but I have fixed it, and now we are on track for 2020. So I considered changing this one because some of the things in this involve like getting out of the car and going and knocking on the door. But, well, I did change that. I took those out. I don't want to get caught telling somebody to go knock on the door. If you want to do those things, the old way of driving for deals, the only thing I've taken away from here is that, I would walk up to the property, knock on it, make sure it's vacant. And then, of course, if it wasn't vacant, that was what I wanted to know. Make sure there's no barking dog inside, cat or animals or anything like that. And then the neighbors would see me in my We Buy Houses, and they would think, oh, he wants to buy that house. And then I would go knock on the neighbors' doors, cross the street, side by side, all 5 properties adjacent. And you can still do that if you want. I'm high risk. My lung collapsed when I was in school, so I can't do that. Can't do that at all. I have been home for the past 2 weeks since Kemp here in Georgia opened up some of the restaurants, some businesses, as long as they stay 6 feet apart. Some didn't stay 6 feet apart, which is fine. But so I stayed at home during that time. I'm really surprised at how much food and everything we had too. So we are a super group of the South Atlanta RIA, and you can join the RIA do I have a slide for that? No, I don't. I should have made a slide for that. So we are a super group of the South Atlanta RIA, which means that they support us and do some marketing for us. So it's $25 a month to join them. You can come to their, right now, you get a discount on their online courses and access to their members only Facebook group. You get their, if you pay for the $40 a month, you get access to all the other members' contact info. So I had my wife go through that and log everybody in. Oh, this is your name, this is your phone number, this is your email, this is your buying criteria. She logged it all into the database. So we went through and did all of that. Okay. So I got everybody in there. The other thing you get is all the contracts that she uses. She's a fortune builder, I believe. So it'll be all of the fortune builder contracts, dealing with contractors, attorneys, anything you might need. And if you go to bit.ly/join RIA, that is, I guess, my special affiliate link. I think I get some kind of kickback, maybe. I'm sure I get a kickback, possibly. But yeah, you can join the RIA that way. Yeah, so normally at the RIA, or normally when we're at the meetup in person, we have alcohol and chicken wings or tacos. I didn't have any tacos, so I got some chicken right here, some nuggets. So, and this is wine with some strawberry flavor stuff in it. So I got the alcohol, I got the chicken. It feels kind of like we're at the real Wholesaling 101. So yeah, let's get started and present. Do I still get the chat? Yes, okay. All right, so Wholesaling 101 2019. There's my contact, the email, the website, all that good stuff about me. I'm married to a beautiful, amazing, shy wife. I have 2 crazy kids. There they are. You're probably going to hear them. There they are again. This is Noah, and this is Lincoln. And they go from beating each other up to like hugging each other and being awesome. So I collect monopolies. I'm currently looking for a copy of the Socialist Monopoly because that one triggered some people and they took it off the shelves. So let me know. If you see that one, I'll buy it from you. I'm the Wholesaling Supergroup leader of the South Atlanta RIA, and my wife breeds geckos. So we have to have this window open with a unit to keep this room at a certain temperature. So she's got a wall of geckos, and because of that, there's flies flying around. And there the kids are on cue. I won Teacher of the Year for 2018, and I coach wholesaling. So the book I'm reading right now, I wanted to tell you all about this. This book is awesome, and the reason I'm reading this book is to learn about Section 8, but the reason is I am helping out my buyers. You know, I want them to prosper. About half my buyers dropped off. They're gone. They're not doing it anymore. The ones that are still doing it are actively doing it. They're not. So it's the people that were kind of buying or were maybe a side hustle. those people aren't. So it's the full-time people are still doing it. They're buying rehabs, they're buying rentals, all of that stuff. So I do hard money for that reason and easy money. So if you need those, you can just text me and ask for easy money or hard money. And then I pass those on to my buyers. And the thinking is that I can turn anybody into a cash buyer. They can get easy money and use the easy money to pay the down payment for the hard money, because those rates have sort of gotten tighter. And then so I got this because I want them to have tenants in their property, and then I want the tenants in their property to continue to pay rent, and I want them to make money, because if they make money and they're consistently getting those guaranteed checks from the government, they're going to come back to me and buy more properties. Okay, so I'm buying this for me to rent and consistently get rent in a market like this where people aren't able to work most of the time. And if they are essential, what I've noticed is essential workers don't really make enough to pay the kind of rent that is required. And I don't really charge a whole lot of rent. I like to charge like a little bit less than what everybody else is. But this book is really helpful, and there's no Audible version, which is kind of sucks. So it took like 3 weeks to get here, but this is volume 3. This is, I believe, the current volume of the book, and it teaches you everything you need to know about Section 8. And it even teaches you how to help people get onto Section 8 so that they can be tenants of yours. So yeah, really good book. It has everything in here. And like look at this. Like, this is one of the things they care about is your outlets, and if they work. He literally tells you like how to do all that stuff. So it is a great book in every sense of the word. So that's what I'm reading this month. Homework check. Last Saturday we talked about comps. So your homework was to comp 3 houses a day, then market to those houses if you're not already. Go to investor Zoom calls or meetups if you want. Find deals there, comp them. Some don't want to sell to me. Some want to list their property. Can I list those with you to a realtor? And that realtor will possibly give you access, a sub-login to the MLS. If they say yes, and then start analyzing deals in the MLS. But it can be done with Zillow. It is possible. I use now REI Simple as my CRM. They have backdoor access to that. And there's also a widget within PropStream, I believe, to do comps. So, and it's perfectly fine to do Zillow. All right. So driving for deals, this is what we're talking about right now. Okay, so driving for dollars. I don't like saying dollars. I like saying deals, because you're not, back in the day, dialing for dollars and driving for dollars was a term where you would just try to sell stuff over the phone or sell stuff door to door. But we're not selling stuff. We're looking for deals. We're not looking for dollars. Okay, so let's plan a route in Google My Maps. There's what a map looks like. Let's go to Google My Maps. So does that work? Yeah. So my maps, and I think I've reached the limit of my maps. That's strong. Okay, so this is the only way I know how to get to it, is to just Google search my maps. Yeah, see, that's too much. Just google.com/mymaps would be nice. But here we go. Let's go to one I've already got. Let's do this one. Okay, this is a map, and you see I've got stuff out here already. These are foreclosures. You can add a layer. So each of these is a layer. I can go to rename this layer, delete, open data. I want uniform style, And if you hover over all items, you can go to red. There, you know that we're seeing driving for deals, this untitled layer, driving for deals, and Stone Mountain. So there's driving for deals. Why is that called Stone Mountain? So this is Stone Mountain, oh, no. This is Stone Mountain, and then these are the driving for deals from the foreclosure. So I picked a couple of foreclosure deals that I really liked, and I went driving around for them that month. And then I had some Stone Mountain stuff in here. And you see I can call them different stuff. If I want the Stone Mountain gone, I can do that. You can, so when you add a layer or you go to a layer, you can import. And when you go to import, you can look up, you can upload a file from your computer of your spreadsheet of all your stuff, or even from a Google Sheet. Now, that when you upload something to it, it will actually reference all of the addresses. Another cool thing to put different layers on is you can upload your sellers, and then you can upload your buyers, and you can see where all of them are grouped together and what zip codes have a bunch of sellers or vacant property or absentee owner property. And they also have a big bunch of buyers in there as well. And then you can also upload a list of where those buyers live, which is very helpful. So you can see like, oh, a lot of them are out of state, a lot of them are in state, a lot of them are right down the road, which is just good to know. Let's see. Okay, so now we want to drive for deals. So let's say I don't have any of these. Man, there's a lot of flies today. Oh, it's because I got this chicken. Yeah. That's not as good as the Taco Mac chicken by far. Oh, man. I miss them chicken wings, their appetizers. That ranch was magical. Those tacos. Ugh. Sweet potato fries, man. That's going to be the first thing I go when I go back out to a restaurant. All right, so we want to do a directions. So first, let's add a marker. So right here, if I click on add a marker, so we need to select one of these to put it in. I'm gonna put this unknown layer. I'm gonna add a marker. Is that, yeah. So you want to zoom in. Okay. And you want to look for an area like this. The worst thing you can do is just go driving for deals, and then you end up hitting like industrial areas, places with not a lot of houses, not a lot of neighborhoods. Like you'll end up going to stuff like this or like this, and that's not what you want. So let's do this. So we'll drop a pin there. That is 0.1. Okay. And then we will drop another pin here. And that's 0.2. All right. And see, we got some good areas right in here. So let's add a pin into this one. And then let's click and add another pin into, let's do that one. And let's put up a, let's say halfway through the day we need to go eat. So this is town center. It's got a great place to go. Or no, there's just Taco Bell right here. So I'm gonna put Taco Bell. Taco Bell. Is it not gonna? Taco Bell, and let's say, let's plug in a home. Let's say I live like right here. What? Why do you select it if it's not home? And for this example, let's also say that I'm working. If you are, if you're not, that's cool. You can just skip this step. And let's put that I work at the mall. So weird. And work. All right. Okay. So let's do a driving route. On this, let us rename it. Driving for deals demo. All right. And then this is the driving route. We will rename this route demo. And so you could have a couple of these that you hit like every month. So you make sure that you actually drive around and see every place. And so right now it's just got work in there. So here we're going to select that, and then that one, we're going to add a destination. We're going to add that destination. Did it pick it up? Yeah. And then we're going to add this one, and then we're going to click add destination and do that one. And then add destination there, and then the last one, home. So we have home. Let's say on this demo that we are leaving for work, and we're leaving for work early so that we can go driving for deals, which is what I did. And we want to go eat at the Taco Bell and then go to work. Okay, so I am going to drag the Taco Bell down here and the work down here, and then I will drag the home way up here, and there we go. Okay, so I start here, and then I go through the route, and then I go here, and then to work. So let's make sure that E is up near home, and then let me move this chat. So, and then this new E then needs to get moved up, so I'll move that up right after 2. There we go. Okay, and then let's do D and then E. So we go to D and then E, yeah. And then, oh, there's no real way to go from there. I'm gonna add a point. So I'm gonna go here. And I'm gonna add another destination. And I'm gonna make that destination here. Yeah. So let's go back down here and add a destination and add that one. And then we want that point to be right before the Taco Bell. So we go to D, and then from D to F. Yes, okay, that's a lot better. Okay, so I leave home, I go here, I go to the other side of that neighborhood, then I route up here to D, I go through that neighborhood, I route down here to this little neighborhood, and then to this one, then I go get food and then to work. Okay, so I've got them all in there, and directions from home to work. Okay, wow, that's cool. That's some algorithm right there. All right, so I will then, this is now saved as directions. So if I log into Google Maps on my phone, which is a free app, by the way, and you download that, you go to, let me do it here so I can explain it to you. So in Google Maps, I will then log into this account. Why do I have so many Google accounts? So I'll click on my person. We'll go to your data in maps. Where is it? Oh, saved. So saved down at the bottom, and you go over. So saved down at the bottom. I'm gonna not screen share my phone, and then you go up to maps, and see there's all my maps. So down at the bottom, I will have foreclosures. Yeah. So this is, I'm looking at this name right here. So I look up foreclosures, and there is the route. There's the same exact route right in my phone. So what this means is when it's routing me to that B, that first destination, it routes you there. Once you get to B, it then automatically routes you to C, and then to D, and then to E, F, G, and then H. So you're less focused on driving directions where you're going. You're not going to look like a klutz, and you are not going to drive down the same couple of neighborhoods twice, because you're going to have a route, and you don't want people looking at you. Okay, so, and since you are planning this route, you're going to know exactly where you're going. Okay. And so you're not going to go through an airport. You're not going to go through any type of big park. You're not going to get turned around. And we know that there are residential properties on that route. All right, so let's go back here. Okay, so we did that, done. All Trails. All Trails is an app for those crazy white people that like to go down a trail and see bears and lions and all that crazy stuff. Don't do that. Don't be like those people. Yeah, or get chased by a giraffe or some dumb stuff like that. No, I go to well-lit areas. You can jog around your neighborhood. You don't need to go into the mountains, okay, where they've got lions and tigers and stuff, okay? But this is a free app as long as you have one route. And you hit that little play button, and it will start drawing a line of everywhere that you go. So the idea is that you're on a trail where there's no roads or anything, and it draws a little red line. But when you're on a road or you're near the civilized world, it will draw a line down the roads. So you will know exactly that you have gone down every road in that neighborhood, or if you have missed a couple roads, you'll be able to go back. And the worst thing you want to do is go through the same road multiple times. Hey, did we go down this road? And then you go down it and you're like, oh, yeah, we went down it. Because then the neighbors will start eyeballing you, and they'll start talking to each other and, you know, lifting up the blinds. And you want a good first impression when you're going through that neighborhood. So if you start buying houses in that neighborhood or get one under contract, you know, they're going to talk to other neighbors. And here in this neighborhood, we're actually on a group chat. So when a car comes through that's not normally through here, that starts driving around a couple times, they'll talk about it in the group chat. Like, hey, what's this car? Who is this person? Watch your kids, hide your wife. And so as long as you have one route, you'll never have to pay money for it, and keep that one route until you have a red line on every residential road in your area, okay? Remember, you need to be the kingpin of your area. You need to know everything that's going on, okay? And then until you've gone everywhere, then you wipe that clean and start a new map. All right. Landglide. Landglide is $10 a month, and it is just for you. It doesn't track your route, but what it does do is it shows you up here. You can see how it shows you the parcel numbers and the lot lines, and it can show you. It follows your GPS, so it knows where you are. You can save to favorites, to notes, and export when you get home, and then you have access to how much the taxes are, where's the owner, who's the owner name. Now when you go over it, I think they had an update where it actually displays owner names or LLCs or whoever it is, and then you can immediately see their address right there, parcel ID. You can be like, oh, this is a absentee owner right here. So you can just drive a neighborhood. I had a student that was a pool boy, and he would go into a neighborhood in the county he was in, had all this data on their website. So he would plug in the street address of whatever house he was at. And so while the chlorine and stuff was mixing, he would then plug that in and see what houses didn't pay their taxes. And so he would get all the ones in red and would mark those down. Here, you can literally just see that on the map in real time. So amazing. And that's $10 a month. And then we got Deal Machine. Let me show you Deal Machine. Okay, so Deal Machine is essentially just like Landglide, but missing the ability to see taxes and information. Okay, but it is better in some respects because they can get other people to bring you deals. So next time you order Uber Eats or Uber, or a mail person comes by, you can get them on your Deal Machine and they can find deals for you. So the way that it works is they download the app, they then take a picture of the property, it then geotags the location, finds the owner, all of that information, and then you can send them a postcard and start marketing to them. So it is a real Deal Machine. None of the other ones do any sort of marketing other than exporting it to you. You can then skip trace them within Deal Machine, or you can export them and skip trace them somewhere else. So I don't know where this is, but yeah, so if we click on this property, let's say I'm right here, I can see that one's owner occupied. Right here, owner name unavailable. That's one to go after. Corporate owned. So let's see if we can. Here's a big neighborhood. So we can click on these, and we don't want absentee owner. Right, so here, I can see this person, I can add a picture. I have paid an extra $20 a month to have Street Pick, where it will take the Google Pick and upload that automatically to this property. I can add it to my stuff, and then we can start mailing them. You can see how much they bought it for, total value. The sale date was in 2000. Let's click on this and then go in further. Can we click on it? No, I gotta add it. Okay, I don't want to add that one because I've already pulled a list of absentee owners, so I may be calling them, or one of my cold callers is probably already calling them. So I don't want to market to them twice. Essentially you're driving around, you can click on the property and it will track where you go. Since I'm on a computer, it's not going to do that. And I can add the property in there. And if I click on here and go to get free leads, if you want to sign up, it is $50 a month for 3 deal finders. And you would make sure that those are like a mail person, a UPS person, somebody who drives around. If you Uber somewhere, or if you get Uber Eats, those would be perfect people to ask them, what routes do you drive? Well, here's my Deal Machine link. And then of course they go on it. So if you sign up for Deal Machine, you can use this code and we get $5 worth of Deal Machine credits. To get more people onto your team, you can go here to Deal Finders, and you see this is the link, dealmachine.com/team/ and my personal link is deals. So when I send this link out to somebody, they will get all deals they take will come to me. Here's a video. I can upload my own video, which I'm going to do. Get paid to take pictures of houses. Now here's what I do. So I do in here, here's the number for my deal finders, and then we pay $500 at closing. I have since changed that to $10 per house. So it is no longer it is no longer at closing. That way, so it's immediate gratification, and there's got to be a pick, right? So I'm going to put my video there, and then they have training videos where they will train the people from the site when they log into it how to find these deals. Also, when they go to make an account, it will tell them what to look for. It'll say grass growing up, boarded up windows, no blinds, that big lumpy pile of newspapers in the front yard, all that kind of stuff. Signs that it's vacant, uh, dirty looking house, all that kind of stuff. And you can customize it all, okay? And then a welcome email, okay? And then of course, I get to get all their info. I have since asked them to add a feature. They recently added dark mode here, by the way, but I had them add a feature that they're working on where I can send a notification to all of my deal finders and say, hey, how's it going? Are you still finding deals? Are you still keeping up? That kind of thing. Checking up on them. Like, hey, do you need any tips or tricks? Do you need gas money? What's the deal? And I can upload postcards. Right now I've got the default template in here for COVID-19. Sell your house virtually is in here. So they'll get a postcard with a picture that the deal finder took of the property. Now, if we go to, this window never pops up when I want it to. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's go. Now I've got a, right here is an extension for Deal Machine. Virtual driving for dollars, has access to this site. This is Google Maps. So if you go to, I think you search in Chrome, because it's Google, for Google Chrome extensions, and then search for Deal Machine. Download it, it's free. It'll pop up right here. And let's go to a spot. This is a good spot right here. Okay, now I'm gonna move it up so I can see it. So I'll go here, and here we are. Now, this is not going to be accurate. Like I can see here that it is 2013. When this, you can sort of see it in, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see that. But so right here, you can see 2013, and sometimes in the sky, it's easy to see what the year is. It'll say Google 20 something. Yeah, 2013. So these are sort of old, but you can go driving around, and this is a nice old neighborhood. So let's go to a newer one, possibly. Yeah. All right. So we are virtually driving down the street. We're driving for dollars. There's no coronavirus going to get me in here. Let's see if we see one that is all beat up. Sometimes you can see people waving. Oh, no. We don't want double yellow line. What is that? Oh, okay. That's weird. And so being in 2013, it's going to be hard to tell if a property is, because it's probably been fixed up or sold by that time. Let's see if we can see what it is here. 2019. Okay. This one is really good. Let's just see if we can find something. That's not double yellow line. That's good. This is a nice little neighborhood. Oh, what do we got here? Oh. I might just have to pick one of these to find. Man, they're keeping this place up nice. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna have to just pick a house and see. Okay. All right. Uh, this one looks good. Okay, right here. So let's make sure I'm right in front of it. Okay, so now I hit this, and oh, it's taking a while. So you would log into your deal machine, and you would then set it up for. It would essentially add this property and this pick, and it would also take out, this and all the signs that it was Google, and it will upload that property to your deal machine account, so you can virtually drive for dollars. But the reason I don't do this, and I'm going to tell you not to do this, is that it's out of date and it's time consuming. You'd be sitting here all day just clicking down a road, and you'd be looking at this house that's, you know, burned out, but it has since it's old data. It's not fresh. You need fresh data. So uh, they have added a feature in settings here, and I have verified somebody had a trial account and they had this on theirs. So you can go here to upload a list. So you can pull a list. If you're a student of mine, you just get a list, and you can upload that list to here. You can pay the extra 20 bucks a month for the street pick, and it will automatically put a street pick on all the houses that have a Google Street View. Little caveat, some of them don't have that picture or don't have a Google Street View on them, but you can upload a list in seconds, have that list mailed to, and I would tell you mail out like every 7 days or every 14 days now, because with this whole coronavirus thing, you got to be quick. You can't be waiting 3 weeks or a month to mail them the next letter. So you can upload a list and you can drive for deals in seconds. Okay, seconds. I'm telling you. Uh, and it's 80 or 90 cents a postcard every time it goes out, so it's pretty cheap. I've asked them to just make it free to sign up, and then just make it $1 per postcard, and just you know what I mean, instead of charging me 200 bucks, and then it's a paywall. But yeah, so you can also track the routes of everybody here and see like where they've gone. You can see them in real time, and of course you can request a feature. So really, really great uh, site. All right, so that is Deal Machine. It is awesome. It is all of my mailing now goes through Deal Machine, and what I do is I uh, get everybody with a phone number, skip them, take all of the phone numbers, put them into REI Simple, and then everything that's left over that doesn't have a phone number goes into Deal Machine. And the second we get a number, I have my guy pull them out and put them into the CRM. All right. The details of your car. Okay. Don't go around looking at some super nice, super duper Rolls Royce, or I would go driving for deals in my mom's Navigator. And I thought like you had to look nice, and I'd wear a suit and a tie, and it'd get like so hot. So don't do that. And you don't want to look super nice. I wear this shirt, but I don't have a car that's got wrapped in We Buy Houses. It's sort of taboo for you to do that. So people will not want to be seen. They won't want their neighbors to see them talking to somebody with like, Uncle Dad buys houses wrapped all over their car with, cash in a hand with keys in it and all that kind of stuff. So not too nice and not a junker. They're not going to believe that you've got duct taped trash bags on your windows or that you're going to buy their house. You can listen to podcasts. The only podcast other than the one that I'm creating, that I would tell people that I endorse is the, let me see, it's House Flipping Network. So it is by Roger Blankenship. And let me give you the accurate name of it. Flipping America. So, wow, why are you moving all my stuff around? That was weird. Okay, did you stop? All right, good. Flipping America by Roger Blankenship. He's got an app too with a similar name, Flipping America Network, and it's just so he could call it The Fan. So when you sell a property on there as a wholesaler, it'll tell the buyer, hey, look what just hit the fan. But Flipping America is the podcast, and he just gives you good information. There's none of that like trying to sell you stuff. He's got ads on there, but there's none of that like, you listen to a podcast and at the end they're like, oh, if you want to know how to do this particular thing, go to mikeandjoe.com. And then of course it's like $2,000 a piece for like 5 payments of $500. Just crazy stuff. And then they'll sell you some new program. So make sure you get a full tank of gas before you go on your route, or calculate that time in to go get gas. Carry food with you, or make sure that you stop at Taco Bell like we did. And then carry bandit signs in your trunk. A good thing is, or a good place to put bandit signs is in somebody's yard, a vacant property. So if it's vacant, you put a bandit sign in the yard, hey, we buy houses just like this one. The only person that can pull that sign up is the person that lives at that property. And by that time, most likely they're going to want to sell it to you, right? They may be mad, or I think one time I ended up having to put a for sale sign in the yard too, because that was all I had. But I had a student that drove for Uber, and he would put them in his trunk, and he had to stop one time to he saw this vacant property. He stopped. He said, hey, I got to get this one. Gets out, puts the sign up, puts out buy houses just like this one, and runs back in. He said he only got 1 less star, which I think means he got 4 stars instead of five stars on that fare. But he ended up getting that deal. So I think it was worth it. Carry a yellow pad with you to write, just in case your phone goes, dies on you and you don't have a charger. I also got probably the best present I've ever gotten ever. And I was so mad. I got this speaker, and I was like, I hate those people. Like, I hated it. I was like, why would you get this for me? Because I always see those people in public blaring their music out, and their music sucks. I'm like, I don't want to hear your stuff, But I got this big Bluetooth speaker, and I've carried it from car to car, and I just put that in there, and I just listen to podcasts. And so you turn it into a mobile university. So while you're feeding your mind, while you're feeding yourself with deals, just a little extra thing that I've got. And then the yellow pads in case, so the contingency for the contingency. You need to look just like the people there. So if it's a working class area, dress like them. Don't wear a suit if they're not in a suit. If you're in like East Cobb, maybe some khaki shorts and some penny loafers, that kind of thing. You don't want to look like a bum in a nice area, and you don't want to look too nice in a bum area. And carry business cards. So in the past, if you would see people jogging, you'd give them your business card, and you'd say, hey, you buy houses, or anybody in the neighborhood that wants to sell or that needs to sell in the next 30 days. Do that one at your own discretion. And then no We Buy Houses shirts. I've since sort of changed that now, because this is really like a uniform for me now. So I wear this everywhere, but the way that I've changed it up is I put Mike's House Help here. So I'm rebranding myself away from the We Buy Houses. I've still got We Buy Houses on there, because my wife, was like, you got to have it on there because you got to let people know that that's what you're doing. Because if you do house help, people might think that you're a contractor. So use Facebook to pre-sell. So one of our coaches, Justin Ship, uses Facebook a lot. So he'll get a deal under contract, and sometimes before he gets it under contract, he'll put the zip code and the street name, and he'll give a little bit of details about the property. And then he will say, hey, just lock this one up, or I'm about to lock this one up. It's in this school district, this area. Is anybody buying in Smyrna or wherever? And so people will come in there and be like, yeah, I'll buy. Send me the details. I'll buy it. Send me the details. So if you get a bunch of people in there, before you get it under contract, if people are ready to go buy it. And you can post that on your timeline, or you can post that into, say, like a local group. There's one, Sell My Damn House Fast, Atlanta. And then there's another one that is Atlanta Wholesale Deals. And then there's one that's really good by Iglesias. Frank Iglesias runs a group, and he's a house flipper, but he looks for deals for people to send to him. And so he teaches, a little bit of wholesaling. So it's a great group to post your deal in. And then of course the South Atlanta REIA Facebook group. So post in those and say, hey, I've got this property. Is anybody buying this area? And pre-sell it. So how hard you need to go in and how low you need to get it. And you can even get them to give you prices. So skip tracing. Within Deal Machine, you can do an enhanced search. So you can skip trace right from the car. The only other site I know of is White Pages that does really good skip tracing in a phone browser. I don't think they have an app. They might. But it's really easy to plug address or a name into White Pages and then have it instantly tell you who it is. So you're not waiting around. Right from the car, you can actually call the person and say, hey, I'm looking at this property here. Would you be interested in it? And of course they'll say, well, what color's the roof? What color's the siding? You really looking at my house? And you can actually say, like, yeah, literally, like, I'm looking right at it. It's got a 10 roof. And they're like, oh, okay. I'm really interested in this property. Would you consider selling it? And you can know right then whether or not you need to market or send mail or keep talking to that person. No, we got a tenant in it. We're not going to sell it. And you can immediately take them off your list, move on to the next one. To see if it's a deal, you can look it up on Zillow right from your phone. REI Simple has a not a phone app, but it is really a phone browser friendly. And then of course, I believe the FMLS and maybe realtor.com has a mobile app. You can call them from the street. And so here is your homework. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. Pick 1 day a week at least to go driving for deals. Or if you drive to work, I would say pick like 3 to sort of make up for it. Because 1 whole day, you want like 8 hours to find these deals. And you want to set it in your phone or Podio or REI Simple as a task to remind you to do it. Plan your route ahead of time, probably right after this call, and then download all of those apps for you. And then drive the route. And then once you drive the route, market to them. So actually do the stuff, okay? Do the stuff, get the deal, and then if you get the deal or you about to get it under contract, give me a call, give me a text, let me know, and maybe I can find a buyer for you. Okay, so I also do coaching. You can go to the website here, click on Get Coaching, and then you can sign up for all this stuff. Okay, so do we have any chat? Where did my chat go? All right, so this is where we'd open it up and let everybody network. If y'all want to unmute yourselves, you can unmute and ask a question. And it doesn't have to be driving for deals related. It could be on anything. Anything that you need. Do I have the ability to mute everybody? Oh, I forgot to share this to Facebook and YouTube. Man, all right. Uh, Annotate. Oh, I can draw on the screen, dude. Cool. Man. Okay. I don't want to go around and unmute people. You might be talking with somebody and then yeah. So I'll wait here. Now I got to give it a little bit extra time too because it's really slow sometimes. So if you have any questions, if you don't have any questions, how about you hit the chat and say nope. And if you don't have any questions, how many deals are you doing? All right, are you doing deals? Is it good for you? Are you set? Like, do you need to know how to get more deals? You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have questions, you should be doing this stuff. Um, and yeah, let's see. Who do we have? Okay, we got a couple on the call. All right. Well, if I don't hear anything, uh, here we go. Okay. So if I don't hear anything, I guess we'll end it here. And yeah, so we can't support Taco Mac. So please support any local business that you know of. You can order food from most of these places. Like they're even delivering alcohol to your home now, which is crazy. But you can Uber Eats, Grubhub, food, local businesses to your house. Like go to their websites, man. Help them out. Don't let them down. Um, one that I think you can't save. My mom's favorite place is called uh, Sweet Tomatoes, something tomatoes. Well, anyway, all they're going out of business because you can't cook the food, so there's no way that you could kill the virus if there is a virus. So for me, it's I can only have hot food to kill the virus, uh, and make sure that I don't get sick because that'd be a death sentence for me. But places like Hooters, Taco Bell, Taco Mac, McDonald's, especially with my kids, you know, you can get hot food delivered right to your house, and they'll just leave it on the front porch. So please support those local businesses, not like you know McDonald's. I mean, out here, that's all there is those kind of places. But um, oh, so Roderick is asking, making offers with REI simple. All right, Rod. So here we go. Man, I gotta move this down. So REI, and here's one I found called REI Simply. REI Simple. Oh, it's taking this one. Okay. I didn't mean to do that, but okay. Okay. So let's go to seller leads and all leads. And I'll go in here and type in Mike, me. Let's see if. Oh, I didn't hit it right. Okay. So this is me if you couldn't figure it out. So we're in all leads. Am I really not in all leads? Oh my gosh. Let's see if that'll work. Okay. So now we go here. Let's add I think we need an actual address. So let's look up. Oh, no, we don't. No. Okay. So I have uploaded my document, and up here you will have documents, and so you can upload them right up there to documents or in settings, and then all of the signed ones that need to be signed will be up there. You can go over here to attachments. Oh no, generate document. And so here's all the ones. Here's the one that I'm using that I've uploaded my own, but they've got their owns in here. Most of these are copy that you would send for like an email, like get them on the lease option. So you don't even need to know how to do lease option. You just send them this copy and it fills it in for you. But so we'll pick that and then we'll go next step. It fills all that in and the zip we'll say is or well, I didn't put a zip, but you'll have to go back and make sure you put in the zip, and then we'll go to next. Here it is. It'll fill it all in. It'll put the price. You can put in the price right there and the closing date and then all of that. And then you go to complete. It'll wait a while and it'll take a minute and it will calculate it. And then you can sign it. And so you'll put your name in there and you'll have to put your email and then their name and their email. So you can assign order, add a signer, and then go to the next step. And then you will click this signature here and put it down. You'll click on it, and then up here in the drop down, you'll click the person that has to sign that. And then you also want to do date. And you can move these around or resize them. And is this one isn't selected, so yeah. So there, Matt. And then you will click here. You'll come up with what to say to them. And send the document. So it'll email that, and it will email it from your main email in the site that you have set up to sell. Let me go back. Okay. So yeah, there is how you do that. Okay. So since you're on REI Simple, how do you mark a lead after making a call and they hang up? Oh, so in REI Simple, back to the seller leads. I don't know who this person is. Okay, so when you make the call, you come in and you go here and you mark whether or not they want to sell it to you. And then you go to status, it's new, or to follow up, or most of the time it's going to be contact was made, first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, active lead. So, or text sent, waiting for a response. It's going to be one of these things. And so after you have done that, after you've spoken to them, I guess the way that technically that you mark it is you go over here to tasks and you go in here and you say, hey, tomorrow, send them an offer. So what's going to happen is that, what's today? Everything's running together. Oh, so we'll do it Monday then. Yeah, so send them an offer Monday, and then you can set a reminder, you can set a time, all of that, and then save the task. Now, the way that it works now is we make an initial call to gather info, and then the second one is where we send them the offer. Now, occasionally you'll have to break that. And, if they're going through some sort of process, very rarely though, are you going to break that. You're going to make the initial gather info and then make the offer. So you'll set that task, and then the next day you'll see that task. And of course you'll do that. You'll send them the offer. You'll then call them, say, hey, I sent you the offer, and you'll do it that way. Mark them to do a follow-up call. When do you add the marker for follow-up? So I would do it all right there. Yeah, we covered that. Okay, awesome. Can I have a copy of this recording? Yeah, so I'll send a copy of this recording out to everybody that I texted. So yeah, you'll have a recording of this, and like and subscribe too to that, because I think I gotta have 100 subscribers to be able to put links into the stuff to certain things. So for me to make a video to get deal finders, I cannot put that deal finder link in there. Hey, bring me some deals. I can't put that in there without 100 subscribers, which is weird. So when you mark the initial call, there's no place to say hang up. So if they hung up on you, if they hung up for you, that would be a contact first attempt. Do they have a hang up? If they hung up on you, yeah, I would say first attempt. Now, what you can do is, I don't want people to see phone numbers of stuff, so I'm going to go here. And okay. Here we go. Okay. So you can go to your thing up here, settings, and then custom fields. And then you go down to seller leads, and you can edit everything. So in status right here, you click on that, and you now have everything. So default options, you could add a custom option, hang up. And of course, save changes. And then I like to do this just in case. When I'm playing video games, I save it like multiple times. I'm like, let me save it to save it to save it. Okay. All right, now let me go to the chat. Oh, see, now it's not popping up. Chat. Okay. There's no place to say hang up. Okay, so you can add hang up if not, but I would consider that a first attempt, because you haven't actually spoken to the seller. Until you actually talk to them and they talk back, it's an attempt. It's an attempt until you actually do it, and then it is a warm call once you actually speak to them. And then I would just put them in follow-up, just so you can see follow-up. Wouldn't that be where you have to do they want to sell you? Not at this time. Oh, so that's up here. So if they don't want to sell, the first question you ask is, hey, this is Mike Watkins. I don't know you. You don't know me. Just wanted to see if you are the owner and if you wanted to sell the house. I'd be interested in buying if you're interested in selling. So if they say yes, that's good. If they say not selling, or not the owner, or I'm not going to give it away, maybe you would probably want to put hang up in here, maybe. That's where you would want to put hang up. Okay. And then everything is just plain hard to get until you get a restraining order, right? The restraining order is take me off your list. So anything else, keep going with it. But if they say take me off your list, you want to go up to the top and do not call. So you can come in here and the plus, yeah. We'll put hang up right here. Oh man, did I just delete something? Let me reload. Okay. Whew, not selling. All right, so we want the plus. Okay, and then hang up, save changes, and then I'll go down here to status, and I will remove hang up and save it. All right. Okay. And yeah, this is great. I added a lot of stuff in here, especially for um, bankruptcies. So date dismissed, date filed, all this kind of cool stuff. So you can customize it crazy like. And one thing to add if you do get it is, yeah, sandwich lists. See, I don't even know how to do that stuff, but I have no problem doing it now because it's built in here. So one thing I added was ARV, disposition name, last name, and their phone, so who's selling it, and then inspection days and closing date to the wholesaling here. So yeah. All right. Is the software recording date called? Because I don't see date called. Date that you called them. Oh, the last, all that stuff. Okay, so all of that is tracked in a different part of the lead. So you go over here to communications, and it's going to be all in here. So everything SMS or voicemail is going to be in here. The calls are not recorded, which I would like the calls to be recorded, but it's just a minor gripe. But all of the text and everything's going to be in here, and then you can of course select which number you want it to come from, and then put your stuff in here, and you can even reference the property, like the property address, like I want to buy this property. So you'll see all that, the date call, the date here, it'll say outbound or inbound, and then over in the side it'll also show you what number called to them and called back if you accidentally did it from a different number. So it's all tracked. The only thing this thing doesn't do is RVMs, and it doesn't do any sort of, not SEO, but pay-per-click ads. Like there's no way right from this system to go pay for pay-per-click ads, which I would like to get into. But that's about it that it doesn't do. But yeah. And then if you ever need anything, they've got a classroom over here with extra stuff. So if I don't know something, I would definitely go in here. But yeah, watch all of these and go through all these, and you should be pretty up on everything. I don't see any marker in seller leads if I decide to select certain ones to call first. No. Now see, when you're cold calling out, you're not really going to know which ones to call first or which ones are good deals. You're just calling everybody on the list. You just got to trust that the list is motivated and it's a good list. But I wouldn't set that aside. Only on like a foreclosure list where you have like 4 weeks to get to it, you've really got to pick out which ones to go drive by. And then I would call those people first. But maybe that's something you could do, is drive by those properties, put them into Google Maps, like I said earlier, into Google My Maps, and then call those people first. The other way is that you could make a group, another group of people to call first, but how would you select which ones to call first? See, that's the problem. Yeah. I have a spreadsheet whereby I sort the city first. So you sort the city first, yeah. Estimated values pulled into the spreadsheet. Yeah, okay. So you want to sort, so you can sort by pre-sorted values. So if we go down to, you are talking about bankruptcy. Right here. So if I pull up bankruptcy, I can click on want to breach. Oh, never mind. So I can click on bankruptcy, and then I can click on this column, options. So I think the one that I added was maybe ARV. Were estimated values. So let's try this one. So primary contact name, campaign name, city. Let's pull out created and let's put up ARV. Will it let me? ARV, save changes. ARV, nope. So if we can find out which one it was uploaded with estimated value, estimated value. Wait a minute, I'm gonna feel like a hacker right here. So, estimate. Where's the first one?
Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's Mark. So let me explain. It might make it easier if I just explain.
Okay.
I have the same list I sent to you to do the skip tracing. I then went ahead and used my program that I had developed to go get estimated values and put them into the spreadsheet. What I
Okay.
did is I sorted the spreadsheet by city, and I did the same with yours. And actually, when you come back to it, it doesn't save what you do. You have to resort it again. So I sorted it by city first. There is no secondary, third sort you can do. You can only do one column, I guess. So I did it by city, and then I targeted everything under 300,000.
Okay.
So maybe it's useful, maybe it's not useful to spend more time on things that are valued at less than $300,000 properties.
Yeah, people aren't going after stuff over 300,000 now.
And that's what I thought. So it's going to be and that's what I developed the bankruptcy when I started with bankruptcy list. I developed that program specifically for that reason. I did not want to hit houses over 500,000. I didn't want to go over. I didn't want condos. I didn't want certain things to look at. So what that does, it tells me the criteria of the property. Tells me if it's a property type as a condo or residential. It tells me if it's a 3-2 or 2-1. Tells me estimated value. So I tend to stay away from the condos because that's not what most investors want. They want single family. So that's why I said in the beginning, if I start picking and choosing and start with city, go down like I did with Lilburn and a couple of other places like Marietta, there was no way for me to see how I can set up a marker except for the notes field and start and put the date first. So I still can't see that. I still can't see that in the screen that you're displaying under seller leads. There's no date called category unless there's a way to insert screen and add a column that says date called. I don't know. I don't know the program.
That you've already called it. Yeah, it would be nice to have that up here. Or the last time they were called.
Because then you knew, right. Then you knew right away. Yeah, I know the list is designed. I know that that's designed just to go right down the list.
Now there is next task due date. So if you set a task to call them back, those would populate up at the top. But so here's what I'm suggesting. Why don't, so you've added to your sheet estimated values, right?
On my, yes.
So, and then does that sheet have phone numbers on it?
No.
Okay.
No, because you did that task.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll get mine with phone numbers on it. Send me, text me or email me that sheet with the estimated values on it.
Yeah.
And I will categorize both of them alphabetically by owner first name. And then I will copy the estimated value column uh, probably with the owner name column, and then I'll copy and paste that to the end of my sheet, and then I'll make sure that everything lines up the same. Like this name matches this name matches this name, and then we'll know that those estimated values are the same. And then I will re-upload that list here, and then you can put estimated value up top here in a group. And then that way you can just click on it and you'll see the estimated value. And you could just start with only calling the people under 300,000 estimated value. And then when you call them, you could set a task to call them back. And then you can also put this one up there too.
Or to eliminate the extra records, just filter out everything over 250,000.
Yeah.
You could just sort on that field and remove everything that appears greater than 200, 250, whatever.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have to add that extra step. I mean, it's up to you if you want to put that ARV up there or not. But so on the future list, then what I'll do is I'll run the program. So it takes a couple hours to run it. So on the future list, what I'll do is not include anything over, say, 200,000, 250 or whatever. Try to stay under 250.
Yeah.
And also I'll sort out anything that's condos, get rid of that. I don't know about townhouses, but condos tend not to be the favorites of investors.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So I can do that, and when you send that to me, I'll get all that ready. And yeah.
Yeah, because I don't see a way for me when I bounce around like that if I go back to the seller leads and I go back to it and I look at it and I say, oh wow, I can't tell now which one I called. I'm going to have to drill on it and see in the notes section, and then that's time wasted to go down and drill into the record.
Yeah, those tasks are. So I forget what book it was, but I think it was The One Thing. You have an internal mind and an external mind, and this REI Simple, the tasks is your external mind. And so when you set a task, when you call the person and you set a task, hey, call them back with this, call them back with that, call them back with that. All you need to worry about is calling those people back. You don't have to worry about like, who did I talk to yesterday? Who do I need to talk to today? I could even probably, you know what? I think I've got it.
Or maybe those drop downs that you have a category that says select this to do callback, and that removes it off the list so it doesn't show up on the primary list for making calls.
Yep.
Or a callback a certain date or something like that. Yeah, that's something I didn't remember, that you had to go down another step lower and do the contact. I'm getting there, Mike. Just
yeah, that's good.
I get a little more familiar with your stuff that you have. I'll be able to really move pretty quick then.
Okay, so here we go. Let's go, just for the sake of it, back to new bankruptcy. And then I'll take new task, due out. And then I'll add save changes. Okay, called this lead. So if I go to like bankruptcy and come in here and I'll say, once I call this person, you could say yes or no. You could say no. So now when we go back and we come in here, oh, I didn't save it.
It auto saves when you leave it, right?
Or it didn't save the groupings up the top. Okay, so yeah, see here? Yeah, so you could just, yeah, like you said, make it a group header. Call this lead, no. So you can see who you called before and who you haven't, and who you need to call.
And you drilled into what? What was that again? When you went into the lead itself?
Uh,
So when you
in
went
the
into
actual
the
lead
lead right there,
itself,
yeah,
I added this one right here, called this lead, and it's a yes or no drop down box.
got it. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah. What a time
That,
to be
that
alive.
works. That answers it. So we don't need a date. We could just say that. That's great.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir.
Man. Yeah.
And it
Awesome.
doesn't mean, yeah, and that doesn't mean this is just solely for bankruptcy. There's some things I'll go over with you and kind of your thought process, why you populated certain things in there. I'm not sure why, but we'll figure that out after.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Okay. All right. So I'll get a recording of this. I'll put it on YouTube and I'll send that out to y'all when it's ready. And make sure you get that homework done. Do the homework, get the stuff done, and I will see y'all. The next one is May 9th. Next one is going to be on June 6th, and the next South Atlanta RIA meeting is on the 3rd, June 3rd. I don't know who's going to be speaking there, but it's going to be a lady. So it's going to be all women this year. So look forward to that, and I'll see y'all next time.